We are the Sweet Smiles, and we are going to show you how we do the sterilization process. When coming into the sterilization room, you want to make sure you have the correct PPE on. You want to make sure you have your gown, your glasses, your utility gloves, regular gloves, and your mask. And of course, you only use your utility gloves if you're handling instruments outside the bin. But then afterwards, you are going to come to the sink and you are going to do proper hand washing. All this will ensure you, as a dental assistant, is being safe from being contaminated from bacteria, viruses. After you have done all this, you will put back on your regular gloves and your utility gloves so you can take out the dirty bin from the red zone and handle the instruments and put them in the correct cleaning machine so they can get sterilized. I now will be getting my dirty bins from the red zone and putting it on the countertop. I will be putting the cassette in the Hydrum that runs for 27 minutes, and any loose instruments go separate in the ultrasonic. While we are waiting for the Hydrum to be done, I will go ahead and look in the ultrasonic and check if it is full or if it's empty. I will have to fill it up with water. If it's in the beginning of the day, you will have to fill it up and put a detergent tablet and let it run for like 5 to 6 minutes. Meanwhile, I am waiting for the ultrasonic to be done. I am going to be checking the water levels of each sterilizer, making sure they have enough so they can run properly. Now that I have done that, I would come over and grab my hand pieces and put the hand pieces in the oiler and cleaner. The hand pieces should never go in the Hydrum or in the ultrasonic. Each hand piece is screwed on into a single slot to be cleaned and oiled. This entire process takes like 2 to 3 minutes. While we are waiting for the instruments, I am going to reglove and I am going to look for the correct packages for the correct instruments. Hand pieces, burrs, and loose instruments, they can all go in pouches. Cassettes can either go in a big pouch or they can be wrapped. It is up to the assistant how they want to do it. Making sure you have a 2-finger length width in between so that way it doesn't cause wicking. When writing the information on the pouch, you're going to need to write down your initials, the date, and which sterilizer it's going into, and what load it is. Now that my ultrasonic was done running, I am going to go ahead and place my loose instruments there and press start and let it run for the other 6 minutes. While I have done that, I am going to come over and clean my dirty bin and go ahead and place it in the blue zone. Now that my handpiece oiler and cleaner is finished, I'm going to go ahead and unscrew my handpiece and put it in the correct pouch. You want to make sure that when you are sealing the handpieces or any other instrument, you are sealing it very good so that way it doesn't cause wicking. Now that my ultrasonic is finished, I am going to go ahead and take it out, and I am going to rinse the instruments under the sink before putting them into the dryer. When using the dryer, you are going to wave your hand underneath so that way the dryer can start. Once you have done that, you are going to take out all the water that is in the ultrasonic for the next person to be used. I went ahead and got my cassette out of the high jump and made sure I sealed it correctly. I then re-gloved and got my loose instruments and put them in the correct pouches. I made sure that when I am handling pieces like scissors or cutters, I made sure that I opened them at the end. And what I'm holding in my hand is the biotester, and you put it in the autoclave and let it run its course, and then you get it out and you break it, the seal, and put it in there so it can be tested. That it can record any spore growth in between from 10 to 24 hours. And now that I have packaged my loose instruments, I am going to put it in the autoclave. And as it says right there, paper up, I am going to put my instruments paper up, push pouches, and push start. Now I will be getting the Statim, and I will be placing only hand pieces in the Statim. You want to make sure that when you are closing the Statim, you are closing it properly or else it won't go in correctly. Now that we are just waiting for the instruments to finish processing either in the autoclave or the Statim, we want to go ahead and grab some cavity wipes and disinfect the area. You want to make sure you disinfect everything so there are no contaminations of left bacteria or anything that can cause viruses. Now that I have finished cleaning, I am going to show you where I have to record the load that I just did. It has to have the name, the date, and the load that I just did, the sterilizer name or brand, and what kind of sterilizer did I use. The Statim records its time with a USB, but the autoclave doesn't. And if you need any other information, there are some behind these doors where you can find anything that you may have a question about. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.